Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom. Bochem l'shalom, malachei ha-shalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech malchei ha-melachim, ha-kadosh baruch hu. Shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni l'shalom, Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Mi-melech malchei ha-melachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitem l'shalom, Tzeitem l'shalom, Malachei ha-shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech malchei ha-melachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to the TRS tent. All right, we're getting ready. Doesn't this feel like it's ready, Rabbi Schwartzman? This is such a beautiful place to enter into our final Shabbat of Elul, the Shabbat preceding Rosh Hashanah. It's wonderful to be together. We have these special prayer books this evening. This the Slichot prayer book, but it also has a beautiful Friday evening service in it. And the service really has some more meditative readings because as we come to the conclusion of Elul, we're in this place of introspection, of reflection, of turning inward as we enter into the new year. So I hope we can find ourselves in that place on this just spectacular day. It's the most perfect weather, surrounded by our beautiful woods and just feeling the presence of each other and the presence of God. So we continue with this song that is in your programs, the words, Yitchazek v'yashuv livnot et atzmo. This text really reflects the meaning and the time of Elul. We turn inward and we are strengthened and we rebuild ourselves. So we turn to these words to give us inspiration as we join together. Yitchazek v'yashuv. Yitchazek v'yashuv in your program. Livnot et atzmo. I hope so. Yitchazek v'yashuv. Livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek v'yashuv. Livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, yitchazek, veyashuv. That's it, the whole thing. Yitchazek, veyashuv. Livnot et atzmo, livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, veyashuv. Livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, veyashuv. Livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, yitchazek, veyashuv. One last time, we strengthen ourselves. Yitchazek, veyashuv, livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, veyashuv, livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, veyashuv, livnot et atzmo. Yitchazek, yitchazek, veyashuv. We continue now with the kindling of the Shabbat lights. It's an honor to have Raina Pratt with me on the bima this evening. She will light the candles. We turn to page 10 for the blessing. And yeah, so why not we just, pull it off and light. Yeah, go ahead and light. Page 10. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Thank you, Raina. And we continue with the Kabbalat Shabbat section of our service on page 14. These words, Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, we sing to God a new song. I hope you'll join us. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Same thing again. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Sapru v'goyim kevodo, bechol ha'amim nifleotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'me'olam me'od, gadol hu al kol Elohim. Shir Ladonai, Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. We've welcomed in Shabbat with the kindling of the candles and singing a new song to God. It's an honor to invite up one of the newest members of our community. Invite up Zoe Kessler, accompanied by her sister Hannah and her parents Joe and Gabby. Zoe is going to be receiving her Hebrew name on this Shabbat. So we'd love to call her up. And everyone who is joining this family, if you just want to rise at your seats, all the family members of Zoe, so we can acknowledge you and so you can be present with us in this moment as well. Very independent Sister Hannah. stand right here and hold this really, really high for everybody. Can you come up right here?
Daddy, help you?
Okay, Hannah's holding this beautiful certificate that is honoring Zoe in this moment of getting her Hebrew name. She's right here by the table, trust me. I'm sorry you can't see her. She's so sweet. God and Creator, happy parents have come into your presence to voice the longings of their hearts in prayer. Give them the wisdom to teach their child to be faithful to the heritage of the household of Israel, that she may grow up with the knowledge that you are always near to her, guiding and sustaining her. Keep open the eyes of her spirit. Let she may ever be conscious of the beauty and wonder of your world. Whoa! And let her learn to love the goodness that is in humanity, that she may ever nourish the goodness that has been planted within her. Though none can escape sorrow and pain, we humbly ask for her the courage to face evil, the faith to transcend it, and the joy to subdue it. Grant her health of mind and strength of body, that she may enjoy the fullness of years and live to do your will in faithfulness. And we say together, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam gomel chasadim tovim. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign of the universe, whose love and kindness extend to all the world. You just want to go to that microphone?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehahianu v'kiyamanu v'hianu lazman hazeh.
Can you read the English?
Blessed is Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this happy day. O God, for the gift of this child, we give thanks, praying that we will be worthy of the blessing and responsibility of parenthood. May we show our gratitude to you by leading our daughter in the way of righteousness. Teach us to guide and instruct her, that she may grow up to be loyal to Judaism and a worthy member of the Jewish community. Hannah.
Okay, and now I'm honored to give a beautiful blessing, the Misha Berach blessing, to Zoe. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. Hu yivarech et hayilda hazot, HaKadosh Baruch Hu yishmereha v'yitei et lev hayilda lelechet b'dracha yashar. V'hi Adonai ima v'yitain la de'a binach v'haskel chayim v'chesed bracha v'shalom. V'yizku avoteha legadla lechancha letorah lechupa u'masim tovim v'nomar. And we say, Amen. May the one who blessed our mother, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, bless this child with life and health. May she be a joy to her parents, as I know she already is. May she live to bring honor to the house of Israel, blessing to humanity, and glory to the name of God. So it's my honor to give Zoe the Hebrew name Chava Keshet. Chava is Eve in Hebrew, and Keshet is rainbow. You can see this beautiful rainbow on the certificate. And she is named for Joe's grandmother. Correct, Joe? So may she live to those wonderful memories of your grandmother, Joe. So now in the presence of this loved one, we give this name to this child, Chava Keshet Bat Yosef Gavriel. Let it become a name honored and respected for wisdom and good deeds, and may God's blessing rest upon this child now and always. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face always shine towards you. In all the moments of your life, dear Zoe, may you find peace within yourself and a peace you bring out to the world, and may God always accompany you on your path. Mazel tov to you, Zoe, to Joe, to Gabby, and of course to Hannah. We sing to them. Siman tov, mazel tov. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yeilanu, 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 u'becho Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, u'becho Yisrael. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
We continue with our call to worship on page 26, the Baruch Hu, as we officially join into our Shabbat service and practice this evening. I invite you, if you feel comfortable doing so, to please rise. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai. On page 29, we join together in the reading. Holy is twilight, the realm of in-between. And so our sages taught, pray in the moments when light and darkness touch. So are all twilight people, beyond categories and labels. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, widen our vision. Let it illumine our way to the God who transcends all boundaries and definitions. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. And we join together now as we recite Shema on page 32. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Tonight, instead of chanting Ve'ahavta, which is our normal practice, I'd like to join in this beautiful interpretation of the Ve'ahavta, a special Ve'ahavta for Elul on page 35. You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words, inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them, even when they can't. Look at them and listen, even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof, when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love, with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care. And we join in our prayer that brings us to a moment of redemption, the Micha Mocha on page 40. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedor b'kodesh, nora tehilor osef eleh, nora tehilor osef eleh. Malchutecha ra'u v'necha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, noratehi Lord osef eleh, noratehi Lord osef eleh. On page 45 at the bottom, we find this interpretive reading for our prayer Hashkivenu, one that I found so perfect for this beautiful evening on this beautiful Shabbat. We join together. Peace comes with the sunset. Cool breezes ease the heat of day. All things settle into stillness. Gentle song of crickets, moonrise and the silence of night. Give us shelter in your presence. Bring peace to those who yearn for peace. Enfold us in your quiet. Let our fears find rest in you. And we join in Vishamru on page 46. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. On page 48, we join together in the Amidah. I invite you, if you feel comfortable doing so, to please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Chaste Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Page 52. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol, Ata Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. Page 54. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated. On page 61. God breathed into us a living soul, the gifts of respiration, inspiration, aspiration. May we sanctify this day by breathing deeply, attentive to all gifts. We taste the sweetness of the world that could be. And we turn to the words of Rhodes on page 62. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Utefilatam, utefilatam, be'ahava tekabel. Utefilatam, utefilatam, be'ahava tekabel. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Rhodes Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levadecha be'ira navo. We take a moment now for our own silent prayer and meditation, and I really encourage you to look to this beautiful prayer book, which has some wonderful readings over the next few pages. We'll come together with the words you can find in your program, Create a Pure Heart within me. A few moments of silence. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Same thing again, create. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. We take a moment now. Oh no, hold on. Sorry, I'm missing my Misha Berach list. So sorry, everybody. Okay, we're going to soldier on. My deep apologies. It was here and now it's missing. So we will hold all the people in our hearts who are on our temple-wide Misha Berach list. My apologies. We bring ourselves to this moment in our service when we think of those in need of healing of the mind, body, and spirit. And I invite anyone in our congregation here present with us to share a name or names so that we may bring those people into this moment with us, into this place of healing of the mind, body, and spirit. We join together in our prayer for healing, the Misha Berach. It's on page 77, if you'd like to join. Misha Berach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So the other day in our clergy meeting, Amy, Rabbi Schwartzman, was telling us a story about this really moving experience she had at the deathbed of an extremely learned and beloved person in the Jewish community. She told us it was so wonderful to see his congregation gathered around, his family on both sides of his bed, to speak and praise to him in his final moments. What a man of virtue and integrity, one person said, and such a family man, devoted to his children and spouse like no other, someone else chimed in. All the while, the man lay still on the bed, breath shallow, his face pale. He is truly a man of God, another person said. He surpasses us all in his generosity of spirit. And such a scholar, one of his students chimed in. He is unparalleled in his wisdom. All of us listened intently to Amy's story as she continued to share with us all of the glowing praise this man received moments before his death. All of us may be a little bit hopeful that that might be our position as we lay on our deathbed. But then, she said, we were all shocked. The man opened his eyes after being in a coma for days. We couldn't believe it. He looked around expectantly and said, "No one thought to mention what delicious brisket I make?" Well, we've come to the end of our summer services and our theme of humor. Sorry to say this is our last Shabbat service of us telling jokes, but it's probably good. We weren't really meant to tell jokes to begin with. And we're running out. I had a hard time this week. It was a summer full of laughs and smiles, which we've certainly needed over this past few months. And since we are nearing the end of summer and swiftly approaching Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I thought it might be fun to share some jokes about religiosity. Like in the joke above, maybe it's our wisdom, devotion to Jewish practice, or care for our families that leaves a lasting impression of our lives. Or maybe it's just the way we cook the Rosh Hashanah brisket. But regardless of how, it is in our human nature to want to live a life of meaning and importance, and we all find that in different ways. Some of us cling to Jewish ritual and practice to bring us meaning. Like the man who brought his talit to the cleaners each year before Rosh Hashanah. He wanted it pressed and clean and perfect for the big day. When he went to his usual dry cleaners, though, the man behind the counter was new. The person bringing in the talit carefully explained how important this garment was and to take great care in cleaning it. "So, I'll pick it up on Friday. How much will it cost?" "I'd say $5, said the worker behind the counter. So a few days later, he came back for the talit, and when he got there, the man behind the counter smiled and said, "That'll be $35. $35? You said $5. Why was it so much more expensive?" "Well," he said, "the cleaning was easy, but untying all of those little knots took me hours." The adherence to Jewish ritual can be so important to some, it even might create some severe consequences. I wonder this year if you watched the 120-meter hurdle competition at the Olympics. There was an Israeli runner expected to win the gold medal. However, soon after beginning the race, it became clear that the Israeli runner was falling behind as she went to the side of each hurdle, kissed it with her hand, and then kept running. The crowd was so upset upon her finishing, asked, "What happened? Why were you putzing on the side of the hurdle each time? And what was with the kissing? You're supposed to jump over and win the gold." The exhausted runner, almost on the brink of tears, says, "Whoever thought to put a mezuzah on the side of every hurdle?" For some, religiosity is no more than total trust and belief in God. Take the famous joke about Izzy, who loved and trusted God with all of his might. One day, a heavy flood hits the town. Soon, the river overflows. I know about this, the flood is in my basement right now, so this one hits close to home. Soon the river overflows and the water starts to rise in his house. He climbs up to the second level and sees a boat outside his window. "Come out your window and get in the boat. We will save you," the captain of the boat says. "No," Izzy says, "God will save me." The captain shrugs, speeds away in his boat. The water continues to rise, and soon Izzy is forced up onto his roof. There he sees a helicopter, and the helicopter lets down a rope for him to climb. "No thanks," he yells at the chopper. "God will save me." The pilot shrugs and flew away. Another boat comes into the distance, just as though there's about an inch left of Izzy's roof left to stand on. "Come on, sir, come on, get in the boat. Soon you'll be underwater." "Thank you," Izzy says, "but I'm okay. God will save me." After the boat left, the water kept rising and rising, and soon Izzy drowned. When he got to heaven, he yelled at God for abandoning him to the flood and letting him die. I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter, said God. What more do you want me to do? Some people, on the other hand, find that prayer doesn't always hold much meaning for this. Take the man who went to his dentist for his 6-month cleaning. As she was cleaning his teeth, she encouraged the patient to floss. To emphasize her point, she said, "Floss religiously." "Well," he responded, "my teeth must look pretty darn good because I floss much more often than I go to shul." Jewish ritual is a funny thing, isn't it? And some of us have been known to maybe fudge or make up our own rules. Take the new immigrant who came through Ellis Island. He carried with him 4 sets of dishes, a lot for even an extremely pious man. When the immigration officer asked him about it, he said, "Sir, I'm an extremely observant Jew. I have 1 set of dishes for milk. I have 1 set of dishes for meat, and I have 1 set of dishes for Passover." "Oh," said the officer, "what about this 4th set?" "Ah, yes," said the man, "that's for when I eat a ham sandwich." To conclude, everyone's grateful that summer's over. I'll tell you about the woman who decided to teach her parrot how to daven the entire service. She spent a whole year teaching him the nusach and the correct pronunciation of the Hebrew. And each Shabbat, when she came to temple, she bragged to all of the fellow congregants that her parrot could daven even better than the Cantor. No one believed her, and eventually she decided to start a bet. She bet everybody who said the parrot couldn't do it $10. Soon, everyone in the congregation was in on it, and she knew she would make a ton of money. So when Shabbat came around, she brought her parrot to shul. But the bird refused to lead the service. The woman was embarrassed and mad at the parrot, who seemed to have gotten stage fright. She grumpily paid everybody the money that she owed them. When she got home, she chastised the parrot, yelling that she had lost so much money over him, when indeed he knew how to daven so beautifully. I know, said the parrot, but think how much we'll make now when we make the bet on Yom Kippur. That's all, folks. Thank you for joining us in the summer of humor and laughter. It's really been fun for us all to gather some interesting jokes and some interesting history about humor in the Jewish religion, and it's been a blessing to laugh with you this summer. So we continue now with Aleinu L'Shabeach. We're on page 79. Hope you'll please rise. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Tet Gdula Leotzer Breshit, Shehu Notei Shamayim V'Yosed Oretz, Umoshav Yikaro B'Shamayim Mimal, Ushchina Tuzo B'Gofei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Einon, V'anachnu Koreim, U'mishachavim U'modim, Lifnei Melech Machei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'nemar V'haya Adonai Lemelech Ol Kol Haaretz, Hayom Hahu, Hayom Hahu, Adonai Echad, U'Shemo, U'Shemo, U'Shemo Echad. Please be seated. Turn now to the moment in our service when we remember loved ones who've passed away recently or at this time in years past. I invite you to take a few moments to think about the memory of this person or these people of which you're thinking this evening, and we'll come together in a few moments to hear their names. It's our custom at Temple Road of Shalom to rise upon hearing the name of your loved one so that our community can acknowledge you, find you afterwards, and offer you a supporting, listening presence. This evening, we offer our condolences to Jill Petrone on the death of her mother, Norma Morgan Besser, and to Ellen House on the death of her father, David Shapiro. And we think of those in this period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. We think of Gloria Blum, sister of Jacqueline Morse, Shosh Harris, sister of Linda Harris, Marcia Kittay, mother of Kayleen Kittay, Robert Susskind, father of Peter Susskind, Stanley Richter, father of Felice Richter, and Leslie Krause, father of Erica Pyatt. And we think now of those who have passed away at this time in years gone by. Gina Agan, Edwin Andrews, Melvin Barnett, Paula Barvin, Moses Ben-Choam, Cheryl Burnbray, Jerome Block, Paul Blumenthal, Marion Blumenthal, Michael Brand, Jack H. Broutman, Grace Brem, John Breslar, Helen Brown, Florence Sella, Iris Dari, Samuel Datz, Alice Douglas Wilcox, Claude Einhorn, Mildred Gelber, Norma Gold, Ruth Goldmacher, Herb Golem, Hannah Hirschberg, Neil Hetchkoff, Alfred Jacobs, Morris Katz, Paul Katz, Louis Kirshner, Lillian Labov, Lillian Levison, Morris Lawner, Lee Levine, Zivia Levine, Edward Levy, Lorna Moore, Shirley Moses Picker, Harriet Nachmanoff, Jacob Pisachowicz, John Pickens, Arthur Pincus, Raphael Pajolo, Aaron Ratafia, Tom Reamy, Samuel Rogart, Rose Rubenstein, Bess Schiff, Jean Seif, Lily Setnor, Arnold Shemaskin, Chana Riva Shapiro, John Singer, Leonard Sofer, Paul Sonnenthal, Eugene Sporn, Richard Sugarman, Pearl Weinstein, Stuart Weiss, and Sydney Wiener. And I invite you, if you would like to add a name tonight in our congregation, or if I've mispronounced a name and you would like to say it again, to do so at this time. We join together in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. If you choose to do so, I invite you to rise as we stand shoulder to shoulder with those in this time of mourning. Yit gadal vit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'galau vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May all of the righteous be a continued blessing for us in our lives. Please be seated. It's an honor to invite up Raina Pratt to share with us some announcements.
you, Cantor Rhodes, for just a beautiful service and soldiering on when things got exciting. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you. On behalf of our congregation, I'm so honored to welcome all of you to our worship service tonight. For those of you who are virtual visitors, we hope you will join us in person one day when you feel able to do so. For those of you who are in-person visitors, welcome to the tent. Please let me know if you have any questions about our synagogue. I would be delighted to tell you more about our awesome community. And greetings to our virtual members and to our in-person members. It's so good to be together again. Please check out the e-letter from yesterday, and the latest edition of The Connection, which is also available on the website for more announcements of upcoming events. But I'm going to tell you about 4 that are really special. This Sunday at 10:30, you can spend more time with Cantor Rhodes during the reverse tashlik, which I think is a really cool idea. It's a stream area cleanup. There's actually a stream and park area in Tyson's, who knew? But I checked, it's real. And we invite you to come to the family-friendly event, so families are welcome, to participate in this reverse tashlik, where we will be cleaning up rather than putting something into a stream area. We will also be assembling bags with food items for children facing food insecurity. So that seems like a really great one. That's Sunday at 10:30. On a week from Saturday, on the 11th at 7 p.m., A Wick and a Flick. So there's a movie. The premise is it's featuring the relationship between a French-born Israeli girl and a Palestinian boy living in Gaza. So the idea is that you watch the film in advance on Amazon Prime, and then join us on Zoom for a brief Havdalah service and discussion. So that's Saturday, not tomorrow, but a week from Saturday at 7 o'clock. Then, so much going on. Then there's the Men of TRS Brunch, which is at 4 Provinces. That's on Sunday, September 12th. It's outside. It just sounds like a lot of fun. 10:30 a.m. And then our main event, and this is really, if you've been not listening, this is one to listen to. The Israeli-Palestinian dilemma, moving beyond who's right and who's wrong. So it's a symposium that we're doing. It's going to take place over 3 Sundays, October 17th, 24th, and 31st. And over the course of these Sundays, we're going to be taking a deep dive on Israel and Palestinian experts on the history, present current day facts on the ground, thoughts about the future, and a chance to hear from everyday Israelis and Palestinians and organizations pursuing change. There's some big deal speakers. I'm not going to list them all, but it's going to be live streamed to registrants, and almost all sessions will be recorded and available for 30 days after the event. Tickets are currently $45 until September 17th, and then the price goes up. So now's the time. Not right now, but later when you get home, do it. And it's available to TRS members and members of URJ synagogues. All of this information is, like I said, in the e-letter. It's in the connection. And if you go on our website and look at the calendar, that's where you can register. So please do take advantage of these great things, especially the reverse tashlik. Everybody, Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks, Reina. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 12 and join together in the Kiddush. Please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'achata ve'otanu kidashta mikol Shabbat kodechecha be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai conclude our service on page 113 with this English version of Psalm 27, which is a psalm we're meant to say every single day of Elul as we look to turn closer to God for the upcoming holidays. So I hope you'll join me, hopefully in this familiar melody. Al tastir, don't hide your face from me. Page 113. Don't hide your face from me. I'm asking for your help. I call to you. Please hear my prayer, oh God. If you would answer me as I have called to you, please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. Same thing again. Don't hide your face from me. I'm asking for your help. I call to you. Please hear my prayer, oh God. If you would answer me as I have called to you, please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. Please heal me now. Please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. Shabbat Shalom. Please remember to return your prayer book to the cart. And Clyde is reminding me that there's a to-go nag for everyone to enjoy some challah and also some other treats. And we look forward to seeing you on Rosh Hashanah, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.